Hello world, Shelly here, and today I'm going to do a little get ready with me as promised last week when I was going through my Ipsy Glam Bag X doing my little spa day. I'm now going to use some of the makeup in that Ipsy bag, particularly this Lawless Baby One eyeshadow palette. But I'm going to do my whole face with you guys today because I've got, are you ready for this? Oh, beautifulness. I have got, thank you BK Beauty, their brush collection. They've got the essential brush collection and I've got the face brushes as well. They're gorgeous. You know I love me some brushes, and you also know that most of my everyday use brushes are Wayne Goss brushes. So I'm very, very picky about my brushes. So I was very excited when BK Beauty, which if you're not familiar with Lisa J Makeup on YouTube, if you're not familiar with her channel, she founded BK Beauty in 2019, particularly due to the lack of high quality vegan cruelty-free brushes on the market. And so she did something about it. What do they say? Be the change you wish to see in the world? Well, she wished for high quality vegan brushes, and so she made it happen. And I haven't put them on my face yet except to pet myself with them, but I have a really good first impression. So we're going to use all of these BK Beauty brushes as my exclusive brushes while doing my makeup today. So that's the plan. We're going to chit chat. We're going to put my face on. I've got to go to a fundraiser tonight for arts education in the Shenandoah Valley, put on by my friend Erica, who is hosting it at the White Oak Lavender Farm, which is an amazing place if you've never been here. If you've ever been through Harrisonburg, Virginia, go to the White Oak Lavender Farm. It's fantastic. But that's what I'm doing tonight. So I need to get ready for that. I am going to wear, let's see. It's been so long since I've done makeup at my vanity that I don't even know what order to do things in, and I'm thirsty. So, we start with foundation, right? Oh my gosh. Not that I haven't been wearing makeup, it's just that I've been traveling for over 2 months straight, and when you only have like a very small number of things, like you just have a routine for that few number of things. And I'm not used to having this glorious selection of things in front of me. Oh, it's so good to be home. And I'll probably be saying that for a month. Oh, look who's on the vanity. Can I get her to come over here? Let's try. Charlie. Do you see how big she got? Oh my goodness, look at my baby. She's like, what are you doing? Lay down and say hi to your fans. Say hi to your fans. Are you on a video? Are you famous? Are you famous? Look at that good baby. She is the sweetest cat I've ever met. You're so sweet. Okay, you can go. Doesn't want to hang out with me, apparently. Ziva's in here somewhere too. So I think I'm going to wear the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, which is what I've been wearing the past 2 months. It's the only foundation I brought with me to Ireland and on the rest of my trips. And it is just lovely. How did I already lose my palette? Here we go. So let's get some of this. I wear this in the shade Vienna right now. And it's a lovely foundation. It's probably a little, well, it's probably not dark for me now. I did get a little bit of sun. I was in Phoenix for a week. I was in Chicago for a week. I was in Pigeon Forge for a week. I've been everywhere. I've been all over the place. So, I do wear sunscreen every single day, but I did get a little bit of sun on my arms. I am going to use the BK Beauty 101, the angled foundation brush. How do I show the angle? There we go. There we go. This is, I feel like it's going to be like YouTube 101 again. I have to remember how to do the YouTube thing. Very, very, these are exquisitely soft. Like, they're exquisitely soft. And I'm not going to wear any primer. I've been going pretty light-handed with my foundations for summertime. And I've been kind of reducing the number of layers I put on my face. I've been skipping concealer and just using my foundation as my concealer. And you know, in the summer when you don't know if you're going to be sweating or dealing with heat, sometimes it's just nice to have fewer layers so that if you get caught in a heat situation, some sweating, a rainstorm, something like that, you don't have all that much to deal with in terms of cleanup. Oh, that's pretty. This is a wonderful foundation, but the application, super easy, super soft, super smooth. I need a little bit more foundation. So far, thumbs up on these brushes. Because reasons, I'm gonna have to go back and put some, like, position some as concealer. Now the reason my lips look so red, if you saw my video last week, I applied the Too Faced the Extreme Lip Plumping Gloss, and woo Nelly. I mean, look how red my lips are. My lips are usually very pale and very small, and now they are looking red and, well, I guess as plump as they get. They don't really, you're not gonna get Botox looking, Botox, what am I even talking about? What do you put in your lips? Lip filler? I don't even know. I don't know. Someday I will. I'm not opposed to having work done. And someday I'm probably gonna be like, I need that. And I say you do whatever makes you feel good in your own skin. Let's get some concealer going. This is not concealer. I'm just using my foundation as concealer. But this foundation in particular is very cooperative when it comes to looking nice and smooth under the eyes. It does not give me any hassles with getting stuck in my lines or anything. This is the #1 scoring foundation in all the reviews I've ever done. And honestly, if I didn't review foundations for fun as I do here, it'd probably be the last one I bought. I love it. I love this foundation so much. I'm going to take, I just have a little bit left on my palette, and I'm just going to kind of take some on my eyes. I do use my MAC Paint Pot as primer, but with this particular foundation, I find that it also works really good as a primer. It's like this all-purpose beautiful thing. I'm looking into my 10X mirror. I have the Ilios mirror, which I also love and I missed so much. When you don't have a close-up mirror for 2 months, you really kind of forget what your face looks like up close. It's a little terrifying. Actually, it's not my face that's terrifying me. It is how many more grays I have than I realized. And it's taking all of my willpower not to pluck them out right now. I know I shouldn't do that, but I can't control myself. I just can't. I almost threw these out on my last trip and didn't bring them home because the lids are broken off, and then they've broken, like the lids came off in my makeup bag and they made an absolute disaster. And like, you know, they started breaking, and these are my Flower Beauty favorites. But I'm just gonna have to buy new ones because they both started, well, you know, when the lids fall off, it's just a mess. They're powder, and then they were breaking, and then everything's going haywire, and then there's a mess. But I didn't throw them out because then I was like, what am I gonna wear until I get new ones? Which, you know me, I've got 5,000 other bronzers and blushes. It's not like I have nothing, but I was like, no, I want my Flower Beauty. So anyway, that has to happen. So I kept them, but they're a hot mess. They're as hot of a mess as a mess could be hot. Let's see here. Which brush shall I use for my bronzer? I think, so this is the round foundation brush. I'll just show you guys this one. It's the sort of the alter ego of the angled one. This is the number 106. I like it's got just enough density to do foundation, you know, where you're kind of stippling and blending it in, but it's not so dense that it hurts. It still feels very, very soft. So I can tell you right now, I'm going to love this brush. I'm going to compare it to, so this is the Sigma F80, which is one of my favorite foundation brushes. But the thing with the Sigma, it is a little bit more firm, And so it's better for stippling and it's not as soft for blending, where this is just a little tiny bit less firm, so you get a little extra softness. And maybe it's not even the firmness, maybe it's the length of the bristles. Like, do you see how the BK Beauty is just a smidge longer, and just having that little extra bit of movement, it just feels nicer. So I do love my F80, but I think I will love this one just a little better, more. Anyway, let's do some bronzer. So I've got a couple choices here. The 103, cats are knocking things down, powder brush, slightly tapered. The 102, I'm thinking, would be face powder. It's a little bit more, that height of it gives it all that super softness, super blendy. And I'm not going to wear face powder today, so I'm going to use the 103 for my bronzer, and then I think I will use the 104 for my blush. So let's dip into my Hot Mess bronzer. Now, I kind of bronze tour, if that's a thing. I don't really contour most days unless I'm putting on like a whole full face, but I will apply my bronzer sort of as a contour as well. I really like how soft and diffused this is looking with no effort at all, you guys. The brush I normally use for my bronzer is a Wayne Goss Holiday brush. I didn't think you could get it anymore, but then I looked on their website and on Beautylish, and I do think you still can get it. And I usually choose this one because of the so thin, so I can kind of do it as a contour as opposed to straight up bronzer. But the downside of that is that you get more of a harsh line. You don't get that sort of airy, diffused kind of a look to it. And I'm kind of digging the airy, diffused look right now. It's really pretty. Maybe I need to go back to using a brush like this one, because I'm much liking it. Oh, nice. Get the nose because it's summer. Get the hairline because it's summer. I'm overdue for a haircut. I was supposed to have one the other day. My stylist got sick and had to cancel on me, so I can't get in until next week, and that means I'm looking like a hippie, which is fine. I like hippies. I kind of am one. Sort of in modern day. Alright, let's do blush. This is the 104. Nice and soft. I could even see, if this was a little bit smaller, I could see it as a highlight brush. But you know how like the modern highlight, like today's highlight's a little more diffused and a little less angular anyway? I bet you could use this for highlight as well. My Flower Beauty. You know I don't like a ton of blush. Although when I wear a ton of blush, you guys are always like, oh, I love your blush. And I'm like, no. So it's one of those love-hate things. I used to never wear blush. When I was a kid, I was like that whole like pale goth look. I did not want anything resembling color on my face. But now that I'm older, really the only reason I want color on my face is to try to lift everything up and make the illusion that I'm not sagging down. Because I am sagging down. Gravity is evil. I mean, I love it. You know, I'm glad we have it. Gravity's good, but these are so soft. They have a nice weight to them as well. Like, I'm going to try to balance it. So, like, it's not so heavy. You know, it's a little heavier on the brush side, but the handle's got enough weight to it that you're not going to just fling it all over the place. It's substantial enough that it's got comfortable heft, but it's not heavy. Which I like that, because cheaper brushes will have no weight to them at all, and then you can literally be like doing your blush and it flies out of your hand. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, I'm clumsy. But if there's no weight to it, you kind of don't even know where the brush is. You can't really feel it, and when it's got a little bit of weight to it, you have more control over it, I feel. And I like that. I like control. A little bit of a control freak, but that's not a bad thing. I own it. I own it. Alright, let's get some MAC Paint Pot on these eyeballs. I haven't worn highlight in a really long time. Does that mean I'm not wearing highlight anymore? I'm grabbing a different brush. There's not one. I want to use the brush that they have for my eyes. So this is just some random thing. What is it? I don't even know what it is. I think it's It Cosmetics. But my nails are too long right now to dip into my paint pot without making a mess. And on those days, I use a brush. I had wrecked my nails in Ireland because when I traveled there, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you saw the whole story. And feel free to add me. Join my nail group, add me on Facebook. Get all of my complaining, like all those people that make Facebook their perfect lives. Like, I probably complain more on Facebook than I normally do. It is my imperfect life for sure. But Ireland's travel, when I went there, it took me 50 hours to get there. Flights canceled, all kinds of a hot mess. And I was so stressed out by the time I arrived, I picked all my nails off. And then the flight home was not stressful. Everything went fine. But I had 3 more trips to go to, and I was already stressed out. And so then I picked my nails off again, so I had wrecked them. But thankfully, I owe it to Color Street. Their nail care line, nail strengthener, cuticle oil, hand lotion, very, very, very good. And it brought my nails back to life. These are my real nails. You guys did see that I wore some falsies for a couple of weeks to protect them while they were growing out. Because when I say I picked my nails off, I picked them off to the nubs. Like, it was so bad. 0 stars. Do not recommend picking your nails off. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's just a bad habit, but it's my stress habit. So, but they're back, and these are my real ones. Oh, as I'm being a total nerd, but I can't do it with this hand though. Trying. I can't do it. This hand I can though. I had to teach myself my Spock hand. Alright, we're going to use the baby one from Lawless. This came in my Ipsy Glam Bag X. The one with all the Alicia Keys stuff. Let's see here. Let me look at what brushes I have. So I've got this 201 is pretty fluffy, but broad. 202 looks like a more dense, fluffy. Then we have an angled shadow brush. We have a flat shadow brush, and we have a detail brush. Okay, now that I know the landscape, we're going to go super fluffy, and I'm going to go into this peachy shade right here and do this as my... Ooh, it's pretty powdery. You know, we kicked up a bunch there, but where is mine? I should have been more gentle, not knowing this eyeshadow palette. It is new to me. Get my little tappy thing. Oh god, and then I'm dropping it everywhere. Hey, hot mess is the way I roll. So I'm going to use this as my sort of above the crease transition shade. Pick up some of that powder that I messed up. I probably picked up a little too much, but it's okay because this very fluffy brush is blending just fine. That's a nice neutral. I like this palette's color scheme because it's pretty neutral. It's not really leaning too warm or too cool, but you've got a little bit of warmth and a little bit of cool to spice up whatever you're going for. Do you guys want to be zoomed in a little bit more? Let me zoom in a little. Alright, there you go. So you can kind of see how these brushes work, how they behave. I have a little bit more color on that side. Let's try and even it out. This side is my uncooperative eye. There's a spot right there that hates to hold color, ever. Never, ever, ever wants to hold color. It's just out to get me. Kind of like the divot in this brow that doesn't ever want to be not a divot. Yes, this is life. I'm going to get a little bit more and just go a little higher. I've noticed that lately I have to go a little bit higher with my transition shade because I feel like my hoods of my eyes are getting just a little heavier. All right, I'm going to go in with the 202, which is the more compact round of these. And I'm going to use this little sort of plummy, purpley shade right there. Yeah, little goes a long way with this Lawless eyeshadow. I'm going to take this into my crease. I love the combination of like a plummy shade and an orangey shade. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow combos because it just looks like a sunset to me. This is a really pretty color. And the reason I like a brush like this for the crease is because it's fluffy enough to blend up into your transition and down onto your lid if you so desire, which I usually do so desire. That's kind of how I like to do my eyeshadow. And it kind of gives a little bit of a transition base to the lid and a little bit of a smoother gradient of color from your crease to your transition. All right. I like that brush too. I'm going to take the flat shadow brush, the bigger of the two. This one is the 205. Nope, that's not the one. That's the angled one. 205 is the angled one. 203 is just the flat brush. And I think I'm going to start with this gold on the outer corner and then do that top one for the inner corner. We'll start there and we'll see where I end up. I am gonna go back in and add a darker shade at the outer corner, but I like to do my, oh, that's so pretty. I like to do my, I'm so distracted right now. I like to do my base shadow first. Oh, I kind of just want that on my whole eyelid. That is so pretty. Oh, it's got a shimmer, like a glittery shimmer that I was not expecting. It goes on like butter too. I mean, did you see that? That was like one swipe payoff right there. I like these Lawless shadows. I can feel glitter fallout happening, but I will tolerate glitter fallout for something this gorgeous. Oh, that is tasty. Wow, there's glitter all over my face. I'm going to wipe that brush off and go into that lighter shade for the very inner corner. And I'm just going to kind of drag it into the rest of the color. Just so that that inner tiny bit, that little inner triangle is just a little bit brighter than the rest of the eye. I will also end up using that shade in my actual inner corner. That shade is pretty. That kind of took my breath away for a second. Let's get some of this fallout out of here. This is just a random fallout brush. It's a Luxie something or other. I can't see the number, but I just use it as my fallout brush. The bad news is the glitter has just kind of spread all over my face. So that one might be one that is best applied with a wet brush or maybe a little bit of glitter glue going on. All right, now I'm going to take the angled brush, the first one I grabbed, the 205, and I'm going to go into, I'm debating between this sort of taupey brown and the slightly darker but more plum color. I'm drawn to the plum, but it might be darker than I want for this. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to do the plum one. I'm going to do the dark one. Just one little dab and outer corner, and I like to do an outer 7. If you watch Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff, she is the first one I ever heard call it the outer 7 instead of the outer V, because if you have hooded lids and you just draw it like a number 7, you'll get more lift instead of having the V go out to the side, which can tend to bring your eye look downward. And if you are already droopy, you don't really want to be going downward now, do you? No. So you want to make a number 7 instead of a V. And that, when she said that, it basically changed my whole life. It changed my whole eyeshadow life. I'm going to use a blending brush to blend this out, but I'm just applying it to get the shape going. And I'm going to take a little bit of that taupey one let's go back to a blending brush. Let's do the little one. All right, I'm gonna take the 202 and we're gonna go into that taupey shade, and I'm just gonna hit the crease and sort of blend together. And I'm gonna kind of drag the dark color into the center for a little bit more of a transition there. And blend out the corner. I can say without any reservations that I really like these brushes. These are some nice brushes and they're fully vegan, which I love. Cannot say that about my favorite Wayne Goss brushes. I'm just gonna take my finger and go like this. Just to make sure they're approximately even and that my color is not drooping too far down. This is a night look, so I am going a little heavier than I might have otherwise. Let's do some on my lower lash line because it's a nighttime event I'm going to. I'm gonna take that taupey shade one more time on the detail brush. This is the 204. This would also work as a small flat packer brush, but I'm just gonna take a little bit on my lower lash line. It's the only Jaclyn Cosmetics, Jaclyn Hill, no, it's her Morphe collab. I'm gonna take that lightest shade in the corner and just hit my inner corner with it. Oh, that's pretty. I like the color scheme of this palette a lot. It's very versatile, and I think you could do both daytime and nighttime looks out of it, which is what you want out of a palette that's gonna be, you know, if you're looking for like a one-stop shop, bring it with you kind of a do-it-all sort of a palette. I like it. I like that Lawless palette. The fallout is a little bit extreme. Like, there's a lot of glitter happening. Let's continue on, shall we? I have been loving the Gwen Stefani, the Give GXVE, the Give, what's that called? Eyeliner. I've been using it to tightline. It's not as long lasting. Oh, I need to sharpen this. It's not as long lasting as I like, and it transfers a little bit. However, it is so soft and smooth to apply, and I kind of like the way in which it transfers. It does that sort of grungy thing where you get a little bit on your lower, I'm just eating this pencil up, on your lower waterline, because I don't like to do my lower waterline. That I just really like how that ends up looking, but you can get literally one swipe. Like, did you see that's one swipe of this? I missed my corner, but it's so easy, especially if you have sensitive eyes. And mine have been acting sensitive lately in my waterline. I don't know why. I think it's partially my contacts, but because it's so soft, if you do wear contacts, you see what I did there? Oh, you probably can't see because I can't make myself look. Where you have a little bit of product that gets stuck on the edge rim of your contact lens. But I really enjoy it. The downside, look how far I'm already through it. I've been using it for the 2 months I've been traveling, and because it's so soft, it goes quickly. But I'm okay with that. I'm really enjoying it. I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm gonna use it. Let's curl these lashes a little bit. I'm just gonna grab an easy breezy brow cover girl, random little eye pencil. I don't like to fill everything in. I just need to fill in that one little line, that one little spot that drives me nuts. I'm still in love with my e.l.f. brow lift. So glad I made it through the 90s without picking all my brows out. I forgot to put on mascara. What? Alright, I might as well just use the one I've been using my whole travel time. Lash Plumping from CoverGirl. I'm like, why do my eyes look so strange? Because I forgot to put mascara on. You guys. I'm like discombobulated by all these choices. I still have fallout on my cheek. I need to fix that. I almost did liquid liner today, but I decided not to. I'm not feeling it in the sense of, do I feel like I want to wear it? Yes. Do I feel like today in particular I would have a successful application day? No, I do not. All right, lips. So I have the new unreleased, it's not available yet, Color Street lip liner and one shade of lipstick. There are going to be 12 shades, and you know for a fact I will be back to swatch them all for you once I get them. But I can't talk and do this at the same time. Let me zoom out so you can actually see what I'm doing a little bit, even though I'm terrible at lining my lips. But I am at the stage in life where it's very helpful and it prevents the lipstick from going up into my lines, and you know. Alright. It's so good. Reminds me of the one that I can't think of the name of. It was a liquid lip from Wet n Wild. I think they still make it. In the liquid catsuit. It was Rose... Rebel Rose? Was that it? Someone tell me. I need to go find it. I have it somewhere and swatch it next to this. I also want to swatch this next to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, because I think they're similar. The shade is called, VIP. How do I forget that? But it's lovely. I need a haircut. I could use some dry shampoo right now. But this is what we got. This is what we're dealing with today, you guys. Yeah. Final thoughts. Very much enjoy this eyeshadow palette from Lawless. I like the color scheme. I think it's a very nice all-in-one. That glitter shade is gorgeous, but holy fallout. I think in the future I will do my eyes first so that I can, you know, take some micellar water and clean under my eyes before putting my foundation on. So take note for next time. The BK Beauty brushes, absolutely adore them. I think they're beautifully made. I love the weight. They look classy. They feel smooth and beautiful and substantial, and they feel like they're worth it, and they're super soft, and they're vegan and cruelty free, and they blend beautifully. I'm very pleased. This is the only one I didn't use because I didn't wear any powder today. I haven't worn powder in a very long time. That's my face. That's what I'm going with tonight. It's good to be back. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. A really long time. If you've made it this far, I mean, comment like Penguin City or something ridiculous below. Give me your favorite animals, because thank you for hanging out with me and making it to the end of this video. Let me know down below. What do you want to see? What products do I need to buy? You know, I've been away for a couple months, so I haven't been buying anything. Let me know, what do you want reviews of? I know there's a couple new foundations I gotta get my hands on. I'm still trying to get my hands on the Wayne Goss foundation. It's been out of stock ever since the very beginning. I couldn't get it in my shade. I need to get those, but let me know what you want to see. Drop me a comment down below. I will get back into these shopping habits so that I have new stuff to review for you all. As always, thanks a lot. I already said that part. See, I'm out of practice, you guys. Did I say that part? Now I don't even know. I'm going to say it again. Thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.